Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
All right, let's go around the National Football League.
Great idea, huh? Put Charles Barkley to talk politics. That'll work.
That's it. Yeah.
People tune in for that. Go ahead, Shay.
All right, every once in a while, there is an offseason that comes around where the quarterback market resets. Happened a couple times with Matthew Stafford in Detroit. Happened with Matt Ryan in Atlanta. And it seems like it might be happening now as well with Jared Goff, again, in Detroit, who signed a $212 million 4-year deal last year, $170 million guaranteed. It's going to be worth $53 million. That is per year. That is the first domino to fall in an offseason where a few quarterbacks are also up for extensions. I'm going to start with Trevor Lawrence. This piece in The Athletic says if Lawrence is the next quarterback to ink a contract, he would likely slot in the neighborhood of 51 to 55 million annually, perhaps for 5 years and 265 million. That would put him right between Burrow and Herbert as the second highest paid quarterback by total value. It would be either third or second by annual values. Trevor Lawrence going to get that much?
Yes.
Of course he is.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, I was looking at his analytics. They said he had more passes dropped by his receivers last year, I think, than any other starting quarterback. He wasn't great, but he's a good football player and was one of the more heralded prospects to come along. But, boy, that's a leap of faith. It's like Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence. You got to show me more before I'm going to throw the entire Brinks truck at you.
Sorry, Cap. That's just the price of poker.
Yeah.
Is that listen, I know what you're saying. We come from a whole different background when it comes to sports as far as salary structure is concerned.
Correct.
You are paying for what you think a player is going to be. That's always been the case, but in abundance like that, you've always felt, you know what, I project this guy to be able to be the leader of our team, so here's a little extra cheese on your Whopper. Oh, no. They're giving him the whole franchise.
Correct.
Not just the cheese on the Whopper. Everything. The building, the bathroom.
Yeah, the real estate,
the parking,
all
of it.
Yeah.
And then some.
Like if you're running the Packers.
Man. What are you going to do?
And you like Jordan Love. Jordan Love's what, 25? Jordan, I love you, man. Here's a 4-year deal for 200, 180, but I can't guarantee 170 million to you. I got to see it for a second year.
Shay, as you well know, I like to keep it simple. So here's how it's simply put. These quarterbacks have these owners over a barrel. Got them by the short and curlies.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, you're not going to pay me? Well, someone will pay me. And then what are you going to do? Because the backup sucks. Now what are you going to do?
And we know how hard it is to find these guys in the draft. So once you have one, you have to pay them. It's like if there's an egg shortage, you can overpay for eggs or you cannot have eggs at all. If you're somebody that needs eggs in your diet, you're going to go buy eggs. Sorry, It's going to cost you a little more. But like for the Jags, if they don't have Trevor Lawrence, they're back in the draft looking for Trevor Lawrence. So it doesn't really matter what he costs. They have to pay it. If you're the Packers, like the thing I think is really fascinating about Jordan Love, if you're the Packers, you could pay Jordan Love right now and you might make him fourth on the full value list and second by AAV, or you might make him second on the value, whatever. You're going to pay him a lot of money. If you don't pay him right now and he has another good season, you're going to make him the highest paid player in the history of football, because that's just the way this works. So you can do it now and actually save yourself some money if he's who you think and hope he is, or you can wait and make yourself be put in a worse situation with that contract if he is who you think and hope he is. So if the process of a general manager is this guy's as good as we think he is, you pay him now.
They have him for 2 more years locked up.
Yeah.
Is that right?
With Jordan Love, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did a 2-year extension with him. Did that cover last year, Shay? I don't think
I want to make sure, because it was kind of weird. They converted his 5th-year option into a 2-year extension. I want to make sure it wasn't covering last year as well before I...
So he signed a 4-year deal for $12.3 million?
Yeah, he's signed through 2025.
So they've got him for 24 and 25. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. They have him for 2024. The way this is put in front of me on Spot Track's kind of messing with me. I think it's through 2024.
In 2024, Love will earn a base salary of $20.2 million while carrying a cap hit of $20.2 million.
So you can either extend him now at a number that will likely be cheaper than it will be if he's good this season and have him locked up for the future. Pay your guys while you have the money like Detroit's doing. Or you can gamble that because you're unsure of what he is, that you can get what's the point of that? You get him at a better number because he's worse? I'd rather just pay him now, because if he's good and he's what I hope he is, then I get to the end of this season and I got to hassle with a franchise tag and an extension that's going to make him the highest paid player in football. Just do it now.
Right, but what if he goes out and isn't as good this year? Now I'm hamstrung. Oh, God.
Oh, no. You got a quarterback genius as a head coach on the floor. He'll fix him. You better fix him. Otherwise, you start from square one. That's the whole thing.
Justin will be a free agent.
Sure.
So will Russell Wilson.
See the difference between 20 years ago and now, Cap? You could say, I'm not paying that. Hey, we got a good backup. And the backup was as good or close to as good as the starter. Where it's like, I'm not paying you. Hey, backup. You're just as good. You should be starting the league anyway.
49ers had Steve Young as a backup.
You get out there. You do it. Right? But now it's the drop-off is so bad because the evaluation is so bad. You got the quarterback that you got to pay for, because if you don't, you got zero as a backup. Because the evaluation and the tutoring of the next level quarterback isn't as good.
Man, that is a risk.
And if you want to be conservative, do what other teams have done and give him the contract that he gets, but build yourself ways out. Give yourself something with the guarantee where you have an out year in 2 years, like what the Giants did with Daniel Jones. They could get out of his deal earlier.
Correct. They can get out after this year, which was smart. He did take them on the road. He did win a road playoff game.
He did.
And so they had to pay him, but they're getting out of it after this year.
You can build in the risk assessment, but it's better to pay him now if you think he's going to be good.
We should talk to Albert Breer about this. How about him? Why don't we call him?
Let's call him.
Let's call Albert Breer and get his thoughts about this quarterback quandary and the payment to the quarterback for the Detroit Lions, and get his thoughts.
Let's do it right now.
All right, we'll do that coming up next on Cap and J Hood.